Hello, my friends. I am Amelia in my 20s, and this is my close friend Crispina. I live with my father since my mother passed away right after I was born. Since I am the only child, my father has always spoiled me. One day I was going to university and met my friend Crispina saying, "What beauty! It's a new dress, isn't it?" "Yes, my father bought it for me yesterday, and he promised me he would buy me a new car." "That's wonderful. Come on, it's time for the next lecture." We went to the lecture, but Crispina seemed absent-minded the whole time. "What's wrong, Crispina? Why are you so absent-minded? Did something happen?" "My mother is a little sick, and as you know, I have no one else after my father's death." "Oh my God, may God heal her. Don't worry, my dear, she will get better." She nodded sadly and said, "I'll come to you tonight and we'll finish this course before the exam." "Agreed. I'll wait for you at 7 in the evening." I said goodbye to Crispina, returned home, and found my father sitting there. He said to me, "Thank God you're safe. Let's have lunch and tell me what happened in your day." "I can't, Dad. I'm going to sleep and I'll have lunch with Crispina, my friend. She'll come at 7 and we'll study together." "Okay, my daughter. Good luck to both of you." I kissed his forehead and went to my room to sleep. I woke up to Crispina's voice saying, "Wake up, Amelia. It's 7:30. "When did you get here, Crispina?" "Half an hour ago. Your father opened the door for me and told me you were still sleeping." "Yes, it was a tiring day. Let's have lunch together and then start studying." And indeed, we had lunch and started studying until we were interrupted by Crispina's phone ringing. As soon as she answered, she screamed and began to cry. "Crispina, what's wrong? Are you okay?" My father entered the room worriedly and said, "What's going on, my daughter? Why are you screaming?" "It's my neighbor. She's telling me that my mother is tired and they brought her to the hospital. Don't worry, she'll be okay. Let's go see her now." And indeed, we got into my father's car and went to the hospital. When we arrived, the doctor said, "I'm sorry, but your mother had advanced stage cancer, and we couldn't save her." Crispina fainted, and the doctors took her to the emergency room. My father and I stayed outside until the doctor came out, saying that she was suffering from nervous shock, and he hoped we would take care of her and prevent her from hurting herself. My father thanked the doctor and said, "Is it possible for Crispina to stay with me for 2 days at home? She's alone now, and she only has me." "Good idea. It's not a bad idea, but I hope you agree to it." We entered her room, and I hugged her, saying, "You will stay with me for 2 days until you feel better." "I don't want to thank you. You've already tired yourselves with me. I'll go back home. I'm like your father, and Amelia considers you her second sister. Listen to her and stay with us for 2 days." She nodded in surrender, and indeed, my father completed the burial procedures, and we buried her mother. Then we returned home, and after 2 days, Crispina's condition began to improve. But what happened next really shocked me. One night, I woke up and didn't find my father and Crispina at home. I called him, and he answered, "Hello, Amelia? Did you wake up?" "Where are you, Dad? And where's Crispina? I can't find her at home." "Crispina, she's with me. We decided to go out and have breakfast outside, and she wants to buy some things." "Okay, Dad." I hung up the phone and felt angry about what was happening. My father had started to care too much about Crispina, buying her gifts, talking to her a lot. And when I asked him why he was doing that, he would either evade the question or say that she was a lonely girl, and he wanted to help her get out of her sadness. Days passed, and I couldn't stand these actions anymore. One day, I woke up and didn't find them at home as usual. I called my father, but his phone was off, and so was Crispina's. I stayed at home all day, feeling worried, and many thoughts were racing through my mind. Then I heard the sound of the front door opening, and my father entered, wearing a suit and saying, "Please come in, my dear." Crispina entered, wearing a white dress. I was shocked by what I saw and said, "What is this? Where were you and why are you dressed like this? I don't understand." "Don't you congratulate us? Crispina and I got married today." "How and why? Why didn't you tell me, Dad? Why did you do this?" "Speak politely. This is my private life, and I can do what I want without asking for your permission. I'm not a child, and I wanted to do it as a surprise, thinking it would make you happy." "That's nonsense. Couldn't you find anyone but Crispina to marry, Dad? You're really crazy." My father shouted angrily, "Speak politely to your father from now on." I didn't answer and ran to my room upstairs crying. I couldn't believe what was happening. It must be a nightmare. I cried myself to sleep. The next day I woke up, changed my clothes, and went out. I found them having breakfast. I did not speak and left the house, but they didn't pay any attention to me. The surprise was that I saw the car my father had promised me outside. I smiled happily and ran inside, hugging my father and saying, "I knew you wouldn't let me down, and you'll make it up to me. Thank you so much, Dad. I love you so much." "What happened, and thank you for what? I don't understand." "For the new car you brought me. That's not for you. I bought it for Crispina yesterday." "What about me, Dad? You promised to buy me a new car. Only after you show us respect and stop this audacity." I didn't speak and left the house. I walked aimlessly on the streets, not noticing the passing time. When I returned home, I found my father sitting on the chair, waiting for me. He asked me, "Where were you all day? You didn't have any lectures." "I was walking a little, and I didn't notice the time passing." "Really? Why was your phone off, Amelia?" I took out my phone and said to him, "As you see, the battery ran out, and I wasn't that late. It's only 10 p.m. He shouted at me, saying, "And you're raising your voice at me too. Go to your room, and there's no leaving the house from now on." I didn't speak and went upstairs. I sat in my room and cried. My father's behavior toward me had changed after he married Crispina. Days passed, and I didn't leave my room much, except for meals. My father didn't ask about me during this time. One day I was leaving my room, and my father's room was next to mine, and the door was ajar. I heard Crispina laughing and saying, "He's in love with me, but don't worry. Our plan will soon be over, and we'll get married, my dear." I rushed back to my room, shocked that she was cheating on my father and had a plan. I had to tell my father to be careful. In the evening, we had dinner together, and I said to my father, "I want to talk to you alone about something important, Dad." "Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. I want to talk to you alone." Nodded, and we went to his office, and I told him. "Crispina is a traitor. I heard her talking to someone this morning saying that she's close to finishing her plan and that you two will get married. Please be careful. She's not trustworthy." And suddenly my father interrupted me, saying, "Enough talking. No matter what you say, I won't believe you. This is nonsense. I won't hate her, and you won't succeed in ruining our lives. Get out of the house, and I don't want to see you again." "Wait, Dad. Please believe me. She's not good, and she'll do something to you." He forcibly pushed me out of the house and slammed the door shut in my face. Hours passed, and I was still in that state, crying until the sky started to rain. I walked in the cold rain, searching for somewhere to sit until I found a spot next to a house. Suddenly, I heard the voice of an elderly lady coming from the window, saying, "You young girl, wait. I'll come down to you." She approached me and said, "Why are you sitting here? Oh my, you're crying. What happened?" "Nothing, thank you." "Oh, my daughter, wait. You can't walk in this weather. Come sit with me until the rain stops." And indeed, I went with her. She brought me clothes to change into and said, "Tell me why you were sitting here crying at this time." I started telling her everything, crying, and she hugged me, saying, "It's okay. The truth will come out, and he'll know that you're telling the truth. Don't cry. Also, since you're alone, you can stay with me for 2 days until you find a place to live." "Thank you so much. I really don't know what to say." "Nothing. You're like my daughter." Days passed, and I stayed with this lady. I started working as a waitress in a cafe, and there was no news about my father and Crispina. Months passed, until one day while taking orders from customers, I saw him. Yes, it was my father sitting there looking worried. I felt a tremble in my body, scared to approach him. But then he saw me and smiled. He stood up, hugged me, and started crying, saying, "You were right, my daughter. You didn't lie. She deceived me, but luckily I thought about it and took precautions. I'm sorry, my daughter, for what I did. Please forgive me." "What happened exactly, Dad?" "She always wanted me to buy her jewelry and write some things for her. Then one day she said she was pregnant and wanted half of the company. I remembered what you said, so I made a fake contract. One day I woke up and she was gone. I found a note in which she told me she wanted a divorce and that she lied and deceived me. I'm sorry, Amelia. I should have listened to you." "It's okay, Dad. Thank God you found out about her. Amelia, forgive me. I have no one but you. Please forgive me." I couldn't resist and hugged him, crying. "I also have no one but you, Dad. I forgive you." And here, my friends, my story ends. See you in another story.